Okay.
You know,
Assalamu alaikum.
wa alaikum salam. We jump straight in.
Yeah. How are you, bro?
Alhamdulillah, good man. Just fresh off another meeting, so my throat is like not in the best of shape. But alhamdulillah, we'll talk. We'll keep talking. How are you doing? How's Bodrum? How's Turkiye?
Oh, Turkiye? Yeah. She's good. Uh, they call countries she's, right? Right?
I guess
They
so.
say
Yeah.
when they talk about Britain in history and stuff, they talk about she. Like, why do they do
Yeah, I
that?
guess so. Cars and countries are girls apparently.
Yeah,
Um,
cars are makes sense.
Cars definitely. Yeah, but
I
countries.
don't even know why it makes sense.
Yeah, I
Just
suppose like
normal conversation, you
empires.
hear it.
Yeah. Do you reckon that was a market employee originally for cars to make it
Marketing, or
feminine?
maybe it could have potentially been misogynistic. Who knows? At this rate.
Yeah, at that point, I think
I,
both of them were the
I don't
same
know
thing at
who
one point
created
in
that
time.
term. Yeah. Yeah, bro.
Mm.
Turkey's good, man. Alhamdulillah, it's nice. It's obviously cold. I'm in Europe, or am I in Asia? I don't know, but it's wherever I am,
Hey,
it's pretty cold,
both.
and it's nice in the sense that there's been thunder and lightning here. Obviously,
Okay.
you don't often get that in the Emirates. Although, just before I flew out, we did get some thunder and lightning, didn't we?
Indeed, we did. And to be fair, every year around this time, like December, we do get like a thunderstorm. I think, I think at least one usually.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. That woke me up. That one did, because it was around Fajr time.
it was very close. It was in a desert, wasn't it? And you were like a bit closer to the desert than me. But yeah, once a year we get that usually, because the storm comes in from like India, I think, and like we get the tail end of it or something like that.
Yeah, but it's here it's a lot more European, you know.
Mm.
It's like how it is in London in terms of how the thunder and lightning and the rain. So it's been really nice, to be honest, bro. Just kind of getting that again, that like change of weather. I've never hated
Yeah.
winter. In fact, I kind of enjoyed winter, but I'll be honest, I prefer the weather in Dubai all year round. But it's been nice to see that. And you know what's nice about it, bro? This is really like I'm aware that this is a very privileged thing to say, but I'm very grateful for it. But it's very nice, like when it's raining outside, and it's thunder and lightning, and you're inside and you're nice and warm and cozy, and you feel really grateful at that point, don't you? You're just like, oh, alhamdulillah, like Allah's like really blessed. Like in those moments, it's the simplest things. Sometimes you're so grateful, you think to be grateful for something monumental has to happen for me to feel that level of gratitude, because you become a bit, the general day to day life becomes like minutia, and then, but then
Yeah.
something like that happens, just a bit of rain or a bit of thunder, and you're like, you know what, alhamdulillah, Allah's blessed us that we have a roof over our head and we're nice and warm and cozy, so that was nice.
Alhamdulillah, and that kind of reminds me of I was listening to somebody else talk a YouTube video yesterday or the day before, and they're talking about gratitude, and they were saying, you shouldn't just be grateful when like a good thing happens. You should be constantly remembering that Allah Subhanahu wa Taala is constantly, or Allah is stopping calamities from impacting us all the time. Like
Yeah.
we could have any sort of calamity that befalls other humans at any point, and the fact that it's not happening to you right now, that by itself should be more than enough for you to be grateful to Allah Subhanahu wa Taala. And then on top of that, all your blessings. So before even all the blessings come into play, it's like, alhamdulillah, I haven't been tested with this, with that, with this, so many different things that you're not being currently tested with, which you could be, had if Allah wills. So yeah. On the topic of weather, though, I'm heading to London Wednesday, inshallah.
Apparently it's minus. Alhamdulillah, it's
Yeah, very
it's
much.
it's nice.
Alhamdulillah.
Weather's all from Allah, but yeah, it's gonna be
Yes.
cold. It's gonna be cold. Have you
Yeah.
got
So I'm not a huge fan of the cold weather, but
are you prepped for it?
yeah, as prepped as you can be. I've got my jacket. That's it, man. A couple of hoodies, the jacket,
Yeah, you'll be
layer up,
alright. It's kind of nice. Like I
couple of
always find
socks.
that when I land in London, like that first moment of landing, I always do feel a level of like happiness. I'm like, oh, this is home. I do feel that like that when I get down. I know you don't like that that I say that, but I do. I've lived there 29 years, man. Or 28 years, and so that kind of feels nice. But then within like 48 hours, I'm like, I want to go back to Dubai, man.
Yeah,
but it's nice to like see. And now like all my family's like slowly moving to the Middle East. It's like there's less and less people there, but yeah.
And I definitely get that feeling like from my family. Like, okay, I get to like whoever's picked us from the airport, and I get to see my parents, and so on and so forth. Like that's definitely there. But yeah, I can't say I like land and like I miss like anything else. But when I land back in Dubai, I get that buzz. Alhamdulillah.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, it's good. It's good to go back and see family. You know, got some people with like some health concerns, that kind of thing over there right now. So I'm gonna go and like check on them, make sure they're all good. But yeah, it was due. A London trip was due. We may be linking up to do something in January, potentially yourself and myself. So that should be interesting.
Yes.
But yeah, man, alhamdulillah.
I might have
what
to
have you been actually doing over there?
I might have to actually fly out like for that, like literally the night before or something, because I might have something else around that time. But anyway, we could talk about that offline. Alhamdulillah, bro, things been good here. Obviously, so I'm at the Turkiye offsite. So every year the Turkiye team gets together. We're a remote company, and so we spend most of the time away from each other. We do lots of meetings online and stuff, but once a year we'll book a nice place to stay and work in person, work on the roadmap, other in-person activities, strategy planning and stuff like that. So that's been really cool. Last year was in Marrakesh. This year's in Turkey. It's been really enjoyable. This year we spent a lot more time in the house, like working. Like alhamdulillah, the guys got like a really beautiful Airbnb. So in terms of amenities, like everything's here anyway. But also it's just come at obviously a really busy time period in Turkiye, and then naturally obviously Ramadan is a few months away, and that's like we have to be prepped for that as well. But interestingly, spent a 99.9% of my time indoors. Haven't really experienced Turkey too much, but I've been here on holiday and I loved it. I came to Istanbul and stuff, so this time is very much so work related anyway. It was interesting though, like when I flew, I had to do I did a connecting flight, and the second flight was only like 50 minutes, 50. And so literally you're in the air, and then before you know it, you're down. I didn't even get through one episode of the police documentary that I was watching. I downloaded like a bunch of documentaries for like the plane journey, and it was so beneficial. There's like this police documentary on BBC, and obviously I studied criminology, and so like it just always like piques my interest, and so I got a chance to watch it, and like it's like they like catch criminals and like interview them, and it's like all real, right? So it's like quite cool, like you get to see it. And so I downloaded like 4 episodes of that, and I finished them all on the plane journeys. But the sad thing is that now on the way back I have nothing to watch, so it's gonna be like really boring, because I don't think I'm going to be able to download anything with this Wi-Fi. But if I can, I've also finished the police documentary, so like what else is there to watch? And then secondly, bro, I really enjoyed both plane journeys from the angle of how short they were. So I'm used to pretty much flying London to Dubai to London, and it's like 7 hours. This journey, the first one was 4.5, and the second one was 50 minutes. And bro, 4.5 hours goes by really fast when you compare it to a 7-hour flight. I know it's only like 2.5 hours more, but it made 4 hours is so consumable, because like half an hour is like getting into taxi or whatever. What do they call that? No, taxi is when you're on the ground. What is it called when like in the air, like properly?
Cruising altitude.
Cruising, yeah. So it takes like half hour, 40 minutes to get to cruising. I mean, and then and then like 40 minutes. Before landing, they tell you the landing. So that's an hour gone, basically. So it's a 3-hour flight. That's how you consume it. That's 3 episodes of the Metropolitan Police. What's it called?
That's the one. You got it.
Metropolitan Police. That's 3 hours of the Metropolitan Police documentary. And so that was nice. But there was turbulence, bro, on the second flight,
Oh, really?
and Big Papa Face did not enjoy that
Yeah.
turbulence. That was the first time in a long time I had a bit of turbulence like that. And when we
Really?
were landing, bro, the plane was like this, like the whole way
Really?
landing. And so it's like you just think like, oh, just land, just land. Oh my gosh, bro. And for like, have we discussed this before? London to Dubai, bro, you're on land pretty much the whole flight, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Bro, for like the last hour of this flight, even when land, like we're getting closer and closer to the ground, I'm thinking, are we gonna go to land soon, bro? We're just in this humongous ocean. Which ocean is it? That's next to Turkey.
That's so. This is the second flight, the 50-minute flight,
I can't
or the
remember now.
first
I think
flight.
it was the first one. I think it was the first one,
Maybe you must have been on the Black Sea then, but I can't imagine why you'd have to do that from Dubai. Maybe did you go like a holding pattern? Did you go like to be circling the airport? Maybe.
bro. I think we were circling the airport as well. So we were doing that above the
Yeah. Yeah.
above
Black Sea. Yeah.
the sea,
Black Sea.
and it was just so like it was just so nerve wracking because all I can see, as far as the eye can see, is just water.
Yeah.
And I think you and I had a
Yeah.
discussion before, and we were like,
Yeah.
or you were like, you said that that's a scary situation, and I was like, bro, that's not scary because like if anything happens, you know, you got your vest, you land in the water. I'm surely
Yeah.
that's a lot more safe than landing in land, bro. No,
Yeah.
it's so scary.
Yeah, it's not
It's
nice.
way scarier than it's so scary when we were just circling. So I was just like, please land, please land. And then it started landing, and it's like, bro, the dude's landing, and I'm thinking, we must be very close to the ground at this point, and I'm still only seeing water as far as I can see. And like just in the last minute,
Yeah.
like it kind of enters onto some land. And, very
Yeah.
scary. So now
Yeah.
I have to do that on the way back. I'm like a bit worried about the takeoff, but
I don't think you will.
yeah.
I think you will because if you look at the map, you won't. I think you're only able to see because you went into like a holding pattern. I don't think you'll be able to. You'll do that on the way back, inshallah. But I think when we were discussing that is when I was saying the first time I had that where I was in a plane over the ocean for like any prolonged period of time was when I flew to Malaysia.
Yeah.
So I flew from Qatar to Malaysia that time, and yeah, I'd never really flown anywhere above the ocean. It's always above land. So for an hour just above the ocean, bro. Like 45 minutes in, you ain't seen land. It's just like, bro,
Yeah.
like this is kind of mad. That kind of scared me a little bit. And then we were discussing what was the islands? Not Fiji, Bora Bora Island,
Cayman.
right? Cayman Island. Yeah, Cayman Islands. Bora. Basically, any remote island, we're talking about going there, right? Because it's like Bora Bora is supposed to be like the most beautiful place on Earth, apparently. And I was like, look, I'd love to go there, but flying there. If you look at Bora Bora on a map, it's in the middle of the Pacific with like nothing around it,
Oh,
and
mate.
you got to fly over the water for like I don't know what it is, like 8 hours, bro. 8 hours, not seeing any land.
No,
I don't know, man. I'm not sure about that one for me.
I've seen
So
I've seen on like on maps like there's places. I mean, I imagine it's like this place, Bora Bora, where it's like just ocean and then a runway. like, and like
Yeah,
bro,
it's basically-
you better precision nail that one. But do you know what made it worse is that my friend Only, he flew like a few days before me to Morocco, and he was like telling us in the group chat, he was like, boys, I just flew to Morocco, to Marrakesh, and the pilot tried landing the flight twice and missed, and didn't land both times, couldn't land, and so it ended up landing in, I think, Agadir, just to like Agadir is in Morocco, isn't it? Just to land. And then because he like kind of gave off to a different, it was Agadir or another airport, I can't remember, but he went to a different city and landed there. And then I was
Yeah,
like,
that's
that's such a
scary, man.
nightmare. Like, how did you then get to Marrakesh? He was like, yeah, they had to like then like get us to Marrakesh. And bro, I was like, bro, imagine being on a plane, bro, yeah, and he's trying to land and he fails the landing. So then he goes back up,
yeah, it's long.
goes around again, tries again, and fails for the second time, bro. And then they're like, we got to go to a different airport.
That is long. It happened to me once, similar, not twice, but we landed. I think it was in Heathrow or Stansted. We landed, but as soon as we touched ground, the engines went full speed, and he took off again. Right?
I've seen that happen on
And-
documentaries before.
Yeah. and the plane went silent, man, including me, and I was with my mum. Plane went silent. It was just because it was like a very, what's the word, like aggressive takeoff. It was like, wow,
Yeah,
this guy like
sketchy.
took off. Sketchy, it was sketchy, and we were just climbing very quickly as well. And we were like, what did just happen? And apparently, I can't remember. I was kind of young when this happened. I can't remember if he came on the speaker or we just found out after we landed or what. But apparently, the situation was he landed too late on the runway, so there wasn't enough runway left to continue landing. So he said he just put it on full speed and took off again. We went round again and landed again, alhamdulillah, safely. But that was for them like 30 seconds, like before we like got back to cruising altitude. That was kind of scary because you're thinking like, did something go wrong? But yeah, that doesn't sound good, man. Fortunately, inshallah, it was. I don't know how far away Agadir is from Marrakesh. Could have been a long walk, but
Did he?
yeah.
Did everyone clap when he landed? Then the second time he landed.
I don't think he clapped that time, you know. And I think this was like I always say the airline, but usually they would clap on that airline. I don't think there was any clapping. I was quite young, but I remember people being a bit scared. So when they landed, they just wanted to get off the plane, I think.
Because on my flight just now, when it was rocky landing, it was like I thought that I was the only one thinking like this is a bit rocky. I thought like it was in my head, kind of like I was overreacting. But then once we landed, everyone started clapping. I was like, oh, you guys felt it too, like.
Yeah, yeah. I had some bad turbulence on a flight. I was coming back from Miami. It was a business trip, and it was a Virgin airline, and we were flying over the Atlantic again. I think this was the second time we've been flying over the sea, so I was already a bit edgy anyway. But we were having bad turbulence. It was a night flight, so you couldn't see out the window. But I knew from the map that we were over the sea, and it was bad. It was probably the worst turbulence I've ever had actually on a plane. And yeah, I just like I started to recite the Quran because I was getting nervous. And I had my headphones in, and I must have not realized how loudly I was reciting it. And like I just at one point I just realized people turning around looking at me. So I took the headphones and realized like loads of people looking at me, and the turbulence is still going on. So that could have turned out. I could have got. I don't know what could have happened.
Yeah,
but it was a bit for them. I think they were starting to get a bit nervous about me. But yeah, that was interesting.
Yeah, it's not. I think we should probably change the subject considering we're talking about all of these flight horror stories, and I'm gonna fly in the next like 48 hours. So.
Okay, I'll give you a good one. So
Okay.
you mentioned the 50-minute one being a nice one. I also had a similar situation when I flew to Amsterdam from London, again business trip, and that was like literally you climb to cruising 20 minutes, like 5 minutes later, like we're gonna land soon, like put your seatbelt. It's like literally you're in the air for like 5 minutes really, and it's just like taking off and landing, and that was very nice, very smooth, easy flight, and yeah, I didn't expect to enjoy it because like it seems more like an annoyance to have to fly at such a short amount of time, but it was actually very, very enjoyable. So inshallah, your flights are enjoyable like that.
Yeah, inshallah, man. Inshallah. I was snap. This just reminded me. I was about to talk about Odd Night, and it just reminded me that Fawaz just messaged me about Odd Night. So what was I going to say about Odd Night? Yeah, so the Odd Night article that Fawaz is writing up today is about this concept, right? And I don't know if you've seen this on Twitter, but bro, basically kids are making, or everyone's making, not just kids, but people are making bank on TikTok right now. Yeah, have you heard about this?
Mm-hmm.
So basically TikTok
I think so. Go on.
Yeah, so he was telling me about this idea, and I was like, look bro, just make sure it's halal, like in the sense that because YouTube's monetization system, they pay you from ads, right? And so I was like, make sure you're not like getting paid on TikTok because of ads. So he like researched it, went on their website, and TikTok said, yeah, like we do not pay you from ad money, we pay you, we've got a separate fund for creators who just basically get views. And so basically what people are doing is they're downloading podcast episodes and stuff like that from like other people's podcasts, turning them into clips, putting them on TikTok, and TikTok are paying, like some kids are making like $20,000 in a month, bro, and that's all they're doing. And like as long as they're approved by the creator plan or something, which is available in like most places, especially in the West, like US and UK, I think.
It's creator fund, I think it's called.
The creator fund, yeah. And so
Yeah.
anyway, that's what Odd Night is going to be about in today's release. It's interesting. Have you heard about that? Do you know much about it?
Oh, I did because two reasons why. One is because of My First Million. They actually, again, they tapped into this like early, like maybe like 2 years ago, where they saw it was happening a little bit organically on TikTok. They said, "Hey, I can't remember what it was, but they basically were encouraging people to go out and use a certain hashtag to do exactly this: cut up clips from the MFM podcast, subtitle it, and just like whoever gets the most views, um, that's what they want. That's what they wanted. They're encouraging basically, and after like two weeks of them like pushing that, they were like they checked that hashtag that they were saying everyone should use, and there was like millions of views on that, and they were talking about how difficult it is to get millions of views on YouTube, but TikTok is like a couple of
Bro, it's
weeks of just
so
like
easy to
podcast
get
clips.
millions of views on TikTok. Yeah.
100%. The push the argument against that is yes, but it's less like the intent kind of view is not as good. Like a view on TikTok doesn't equal a view on YouTube because like
That's true. It's not as It's not like, but
it's not as yeah,
it's not even that it's not as valuable. It's just not as like heavy of a view.
high intent. It's not high
Yeah,
intent.
yeah, that's true. It's not high intent, it's very valuable these days. And the interesting thing is that I was just talking to one of the guys upstairs about is that now we come into an era where, because the TikTok algorithm, it doesn't optimize for how many followers, and generally on social media now, the way the algorithms work, they're not optimizing for how many followers you have. So you can have 1 million followers and you might not get a lot of views, and you might have 5 followers, you might get way more views than the person who has 1 million followers. And the reason for that is because the way that they've created the way that the algorithms work now is not optimized for your following, it's optimized for the content. And in fact, there's some places that I've read that actually even TikTok actually even optimizes for newer accounts, which means that newer accounts will have its content shown more than an account that is already existing. So you could create a brand new account and get more views than a really good following, account with a really good following. All of that is to say is that we're also going to see, I think, a shift in influencer marketing. And I think that gone are the days, or going are the days. Okay, so in influencer marketing, right, there was like celebrities, yeah, A-listers, people with millions of followers. They can make money through sponsorships and brand deals, right? Then there was nobodies, right? Like, so people who might have skill, they might have a talent, but they don't have a following, right? The nobodies.
Yep.
Losers. No, joking. So then there's celebrities, and then there's nobodies, and in between that there was influencers who maybe were, you could say, micro influencers, like between 10 and 50,000 followers or whatever, right? And and those people in the middle would actually make a good amount of money, and still do, by the way, make a good amount of money because of influencer marketing. There's massive influencer marketing industry, right? But I think the influencer marketing industry, is a bit of a prediction, is going to change now. So I think that the celebrities, so the A-listers, people who have like hundreds of thousands or millions of followers, they're still going to make money because they've got too big of an audience now to not have valuable sponsorships and partnerships. But then what's going to happen now is that the people in the middle who were able to charge $2,000, $3,000, $5,000, $10,000, $20,000 for a post, I don't think they're going to be able to charge that much anymore. And the reason is because now the algorithms don't necessarily push that person's content more. The reason brands would want to partner with someone who's got 20,000 followers is because that's 20,000 individuals who are going to see their posts. Now, the nobodies, but that have skill, are more valuable than the influencer who doesn't have as much skill with content but has a following. Now the losers, now I'm going to stop using that term. Now the people who don't have a following but have skill are more valuable because now that the algorithms are optimizing for content and not for followers, you're almost potentially more likely to get more views if you're good at creating content and you understand the algorithm. So, like, bro, I know a person who my little sister, she created, I was going to say, like, keep it anonymous, but it's my sister. She created a TikTok of the Quranic park in Dubai. And bro, and she doesn't necessarily like have a large following or anything like that. And guess how many views that TikTok got?
I'm going to be a good dance partner here and say 1 million.
Bro, 3.3 million.
Wow.
Yeah.
Berk.
And bro, she's not got 10,000, 20,000. I can't remember how many followers, but she's like, do you know what I mean? Like, she's like, but she's good at making videos. Like, she's good at documenting, like, I'm in Quranic Park and like showing the different things, bro, and the content resonates. And so, so all of that is to say that yes, right now influencers can still charge a decent chunk of money, and I think they should make the most of it, because I think or they need to up their skills, because what's going to happen now is that brands are not going to pay influencers $10,000 for a post when they could split that $10,000 at $500 and pay 20 people $10,000. They get 20 posts for $500 each to people who have like 100 followers or 1,000 followers max, but they're great at creating content, and that content having a much higher chance of going viral. So I think if you're listening to this and you're like, oh, I love making content and I love social media, but I just don't want my face on there. I don't want to be famous. I don't want to be known. I want to like not put myself out there. Now is your time, because you can, as long as you can just create great content and you don't need to put your face on anything, and you can make a lot of money.
100%. And on the flip side, introducing the influencer arbitrage, right?
Yes.
What you just said is
What does arbitrage mean again?
Listen, gather around, children, right? So basically, what you just said is true.
What does arbitrage mean?
All right, arbitrage. So let's say, how can I explain it? So let's say you find that on eBay, people were paying £100 for a certain type of lawnmower, right? A lawnmower, £100. That's what the going rate is. But you found a supplier in Birmingham. They sell the same lawnmower for like whatever, I don't know, £72, right? So that's an arbitrage. You can like arbitrage that. Like that's an example of an arbitrage where you can.
Okay.
I guess it's just buying and selling cheap, but that in this next scenario, it's not necessarily just about buying and selling cheap. It's basically about seeing an opportunity and leveraging something to offset a benefit. Basically.
Okay, pitch me.
I think that's what. Yeah. So what you say is correct about these influencers, right? It hasn't quite taken full effect yet.
Yeah, it's not reached there.
That's right. Which means there's an opportunity. Because the big influencers, or even the quote unquote middle, B-list, C-list, who've got 100, 200, 300,000 followers, they're still charging top whack money, even though their content isn't guaranteed anymore to smash it, especially on TikTok. However, if you can now go and find those, video makers or micro influencers, whatever you want to call them, who've got 2, 3, 4, 5,000 followers, but they have had 1 or 2 smash hits. They've had a 3.3 million here. They've had 700,000 view there, and they've posted like 10 videos, and they've got a few smash hits, and you can see they've got talent. That's the arbitrage. The arbitrage is they're still going to charge you based on the fact that, look, I've got like 800 followers. I've got 8,000 followers. I'll charge you, $100, $200. What can I say? But they must smash out the park because they've proven they can. Follower accounts who've got 1 or 2 wins under their belt, 1 or 2 viral videos, and pay them less money and get like 5 of them rather than like splurging on the big influencer.
But that's what I'm saying. Yeah,
content may not go viral anymore. Yeah,
that's what I'm doing with my clients.
Yeah, and to give some, I don't think there's anything wrong in saying this. Wasia recently launched on TikTok as well, and my initial feeling, as you know, of course, was like, is TikTok going to be great for like attracting real estate leads and that kind of thing, like high ticket stuff? And although we're brand new on a platform, TikTok is surprising me with how mature its audience is, or mature its user base is, and like how, based on like sort of the comments we're getting and like the sort of the type of leads we're getting, how affluent actually TikTok user base is.
We're at a time everybody's on TikTok. You know what I mean? Whether you like it or
Yeah,
not,
yeah,
and there's a very good there's a very good reason not to. But
yeah.
if you're a business from a business angle, everybody's on there. If you can smash understanding it, but look, the real thing here is the real benefit, the real arbitrage, you could say, the real leverage, the real advantage, the real showman in this on this stage is actually is actually neither the influencer nor the businessman. The real showman
Talk
on
to
this
me.
stage, the real winner, it is the editor, the shorts editor. There's been for a
Correct.
long time now, for a while, everybody's been saying, yeah, you better start learning how to edit shorts. And
Yeah.
if you've got two eyes, you know, two ears, and a nose that can sniff, you've probably known for a good, decent amount of time now, for a year or two, maybe 3 years, that you know, that shorts editing ain't going anywhere. People are making content that's less than a minute. People are making content for phone consumption, and therefore vertical content. You know, Instagram started doing reels, TikTok started doing TikToks, YouTube started doing YouTube Shorts, and I'm sure Snapchat has their own version. I don't have Snapchat, so I don't know. They do. They have Snapchat
Yeah.
shows.
I,
Yeah. So
I'm gonna
you've
give you
been
the
seeing
counter.
this for a
I'm gonna give you the
while.
counter argument.
No worries.
Let me give you
So
the
you've
count.
been
Yeah. Go on.
so I'm saying you've been seeing this for a while, for the last few years, that a YouTube Shorts editor a Shorts editor is important. But now we're at the prime. Now we've peaked. If you are looking for a thing to do, start editing shorts. Download CapCut. Download ChatGPT. Get ChatGPT. Get Midjourney or whatever, and you want to start creating some content.
Yeah. Now the counter argument to that would be,
Hit me.
well, there's AI tools that can do that now. I don't need to hire an AI agency. That's the argument, and it's only half correct. So I'm going to give you the counter argument to the counter argument right now. You ready for that? I've seen some TikTok accounts doing this whole clip thing, and their clips are just off. They've got like 20 clips from a podcast, and they put a clip up of something that was like, wasn't really a clippable thing. And I've got it a few times where it's like not just one off, but they're using AI basically to try and find cool talking points, and the AI is kind of like missed, and it's like
Mm.
the clip is very basic conversation, not really clippable or clip worthy. So that's where you do need a human, right? You need a human to actually go in and see and watch a podcast and say, oh wow, the best minute was this, the best 30 seconds here was that. And then you use AI to help you like
I've lost you. We've lost him, guys. We've absolutely lost him. Not only have we lost him, we've lost it. Oh, he's gone. He's gone. He has gone. And he's back. He's back. And he's bad. It's Kaya Ismail.
I don't know where
We'll
you
probably
lost
cut
me.
this episode short soon, bro, because India connections and stuff. But you were saying that the counter argument to the counter argument is that you need a human to check the clips, and then
Correct.
AI to do the biz.
Yeah. So I could actually hear you saying we've lost him, and I couldn't respond back. That felt really I was like in a glass box for a minute.
Yeah.
Okay, so I was
I
saying
didn't know you were going to say. We've lost him. No,
yeah,
we
basically,
haven't.
yeah, and yet nobody can hear my screams. So yeah, you need a human. I don't think AI is anywhere close to being able to listen to like a 2-hour podcast and pick out the 4 best moments to clip. I don't think it's there yet. That's where a human is needed to go in and do that, and use AI to help them make the clip after that. So yeah, long story short, start a clip agency, and start clipping stuff. Yeah, I think that's a very good business idea.
Get your clipping on.
Start clipping stuff, guys. Clip up. There you go. There's a new app agency name right there.
Clip.up. Find the domain.
There you go. Clip.this.clip. I've also become a Croc guy. Just to wrap up the episode, I want to mention this because you're kind enough to purchase me some buy some Crocs for me as a gift.
Yes,
Very
okay.
much appreciate it.
You become
Yeah.
a Croc
And
guy.
I want to reintroduce myself because I've been reinvented a little bit here.
Okay.
I'm part of the Croc crew.
Wait, so let's give
Crocking
background
it
and
up.
context. So, freshly
Yeah.
grounded. So you said I'll give you some Crocs. That's not entirely true. It's from Freshly Grounded, but
Right.
so Freshly Grounded gave you some Crocs as a gift of appreciation for your dedication and time for us. Even though Crocs isn't really
Yes.
a good gift for the amount of invaluable time you've given us, but nonetheless,
Correct.
you were given Crocs. You had never worn Crocs before. Am I right in saying that?
No.
You had
I
never
hadn't
had
even-
Crocs before.
I hadn't even stepped into a Croc shop out of pure shame and humiliation
There we are.
of maybe getting caught doing it.
But nonetheless,
here I am.
you then ended up with Crocs in your
Nonetheless,
hand, and then I flew away to Turkey,
And
so
in
I
my
don't know
feet.
what happened after that. So what happened?
Yeah. I slipped them on and I liked what I felt. Yeah.
I slipped
Liked
them
what I
on,
felt.
and I ain't taken them
um,
off since.
yeah. And here they are. No, they're really comfortable, man. Alhamdulillah. So Jazakallah khairan to you and the Freshly Grounded team as well. I'm enjoying them, man. They're very easy to slip on and off, and they do. I'm enjoying the fact that that they're a little bit like off the wall in the sense of like fashion is still not like the done thing to go out wearing Crocs to the mall. But I did that today. I went to the mall today in my Croc. Yeah, a bit liberating, man. Felt good.
So,
Enjoying it. Enjoying
because
Croc life.
I thought at the very least, if he doesn't wear them, he'll wear them to the mosque. So, like, it's not a bad shout because you can just slip them on and go to the mosque. But it seems like you're wearing them. You
Yeah.
fully
Wearing them, man.
embraced them. And how was the size, bro?
The size had to change. It was a little bit too big.
So
I went
you
one size down.
changed the size. Okay.
I did, but the design is the same. Even the little K. Oh, by the way, the K
Yeah.
that you got. Just
It was like the bow on top of a gift. I put the K on the Croc.
Because what I didn't realize before, bro, is I'm walking around the mall and no one's aware of who I am. You know.
Yeah.
Now it's like, can you
Oh,
not
it's
see
big
the
K.
K?
Yeah.
It's big K.
Yeah.
Oh, K
Now
is
they
it.
know.
You cannot.
Yeah.
Can you not see the K on the shoe? Like obviously,
K with the
K
Croc.
is just
So a good thing I left you the gift receipt then. So what size? Because
Yeah.
I'm sure I got like a UK 8 or something, or did I not?
You did, and
But with Crocs, you have to
did
go one
anyway,
size
'cause
down.
Yeah, my wife actually went and done it because I was gonna do it and then she went and done it because she was going to more anyway. So I don't even know the sizes actually, but whatever it was, I went one size down.
But did you keep the same design?
Yeah, same design, same color, everything,
Yeah.
just one size down. Same
Yeah, because
K.
look, if Big Face gets you some Crocs, you keep the
Yeah,
design.
I was not gonna change it. Yeah, no, bro, you've done a good job choosing the color. It's a very versatile color.
Thanks,
Yeah,
bro.
I'm liking it, man. Jazakallah khairan.
Cool. Perfect. Well, look, we'll end the episode just because of the connection, but we'll be back inshallah in studio next week. And bro, I just want to say one other thing. I'm going to make an episode about this inshallah, probably because it's an excuse for an episode really, but a bit of an announcement that I can finally make, that I'm allowed to make, that you've known about for some months now, and I've had to keep it secret, and I can now announce that publicly that inshallah this February I will be a TEDx speaker. Inshallah, I'm going to be speaking at TEDx event.
Inshallah.
TEDx Bethnal Green. I was invited by the TEDx team, and that is the news.
Allahumma barik, man. May Allah make it a huge success. They've made a fantastic choice in getting you on that. Yeah, I'm hoping I can like be there, man. But if not, then yeah, may Allah put barakah in it for you and make it
That's
a
very
huge
good.
success for you, akhi.
Thank you, man. Well, we've still got work to do with the speech, and I'm going to be relying on
and
you
you
for
said-
help on that. So.
Bro, I'm sure you'll do it fine without me, but I'll do my best. But yeah, I don't think we'll be in the studio next week because I'm leaving Wednesday,
Oh,
so
of
that's
course.
probably a tough one. So it may not be a studio gig for a while yet, but inshallah khair.
It's fine. We'll 2024 up in the studio. No worries. Inshallah.
Yeah, we'll figure something out, inshallah.
Fine. All right, bro. You take care of yourself, and inshallah, I see you soon back in Dubai.
Inshallah, bro. Enjoy the rest of Turkiye, and inshallah, the flight's back and nice and smooth.
Thank you, man. Inshallah. Assalamu alaikum, bro.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullah.